All right, some breaking news that's come in where the Indian Prime Minister has reportedly had a phone call with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And during the phone call, the Ukrainian President shared his perspective on the recent developments surrounding Ukraine. The Indian Prime Minister thanked the Ukrainian President and then reaffirmed India's steadfast and consistent position for a peaceful settlement of the conflict. The leaders also reviewed progress in the India-Ukraine bilateral partnership and agreed to remain in touch with each other. This, of course, is the latest bit of information that is coming in where the Indian Prime Minister has had a phone call conversation with the Ukrainian President. All right, now joining us over the phone line, we've got WION's Siddhant. What's the latest on the story?
Well, Mohammed, significant development. Both the leaders have spoken and we have seen the readouts by both sides. Now, you need to understand the timing of the conversation, just coming one day ahead of the Indian Prime Minister's meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Both the leaders, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Russian President, will be meeting on Monday on the sidelines of Tianjin in China. And we know that the bilateral meeting is something that is going to discuss not only the war in Ukraine, but also the upcoming visit of the Russian President Vladimir Putin. But essentially talking about this conversation that has happened, we have seen the Ukrainian readout and the Ukrainian President clearly saying that India is ready to make necessary efforts to deliver appropriate signals to Russia. Now, a key comment by the Ukrainian President, even as we know that India has time and again restated its stance that dialogue and diplomacy is the only way forward when it comes to talks and resolving the issue that is the conflict in Ukraine that has been continuing for now several years. Now, we saw the Alaska meeting where Donald Trump met the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Then, of course, White House meeting where Donald Trump met with the European leaders. But so far, it's been weeks now, days now, but nothing constructive has happened, and it looked like that the Alaska talks are heading for a failure, even as the war in Ukraine continues. But all in all, India, as the leader of the global South, has every time reiterated that the war in Ukraine has a global impact, an impact on food, fertilizers, and other the prices of other commodities as well. That impacts the poor in the global South. So next 2 days will be significant in terms of the SCO summit, but also what the leaders at the SCO summit take the position when it comes to the conflict in Ukraine.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Siddhant, for joining us with that perspective.